Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to the Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto Death Battle. Yeah, this is going to be the first time that a Yu-Gi-Oh character has ever appeared on Death Battle, and the umpteenth time that a Pokemon character has appeared as well. And it looks like their battle is going to take place in one of the big stadiums in Galar. And I see that Ash has his Mega Glove, Z-Ring, and Dynamax band. Yeah, I can definitely tell that this is definitely gonna be a one for the record books. Anyhow, we're gonna get right into it. And as we do, remember as always to show your support for the channel by hitting that like button, commenting, and subscribing. Now, let's get into this.
Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself!
Pikachu versus the Dark Magician. Nice.
Ash Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from the playground. Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor, Mad Mushroom, for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad Mushroom's newest game, Night Swarm. It just launched, and it's all about action.
Collect companions and claim your throne as Vampire Lord in this survivor-like and roguelike RPG. Double the like.
Each run is another step on your journey to wipe out hordes, find new followers, unlock new quests, and look cool while doing it. Look at that gear.
Night Swarm is on Steam now, and 15% off for a limited time.
I might look into that one.
Hello there. Welcome to the world of Pokemon.
All the kids get their first one at age 10.
There.
If you don't sleep in like Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, he's been 10 years old for over 25 years, and he's the champion of both the Alola League and the World Coronation Series. And his key items are the Rotom Pokédex, the Rotom Phone, the Z-Power Ring, Z Crystals, Dynamax Band, Mega Glove, Lucarionite, and the Rainbow Wing. And his likes are Pokemon and Pokemon battles, training, catching, leagues, summer camps, contests, showcases, movies, races, ping pong, sumo wrestling, eating contests, and Pokéringer, and whichever Poké-Girl companion you watched growing up. And the National Ash Ketchum Day is September 15th. Okay.
Though he didn't really know what that meant yet.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like no one ever was? Better than Gary and
Ash always did have that.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his
charm
answers
that always
at the
attracted
Pokemon League
Poké-Girls.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse,
mainly his
Pikachu,
companions.
and went, "He's your problem now, stupid."
Pikachu was a lot. The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons, over 1,200 episodes, and the cornerstone of 2000s culture. Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should
Pokemon is
note
one of
we
the
are prioritizing the anime that
in
Ash
pop
is from,
culture.
which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses
with the
Pikachu.
Rotom and
Give
all.
the yellow-red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground types that would be immune to electric attacks in the games can't stop what this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for outgoing flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like they're blasting up again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they used thunder as a super armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast.
Yeah, the counter shield.
I got you right where I want you.
Whee!
Speaking Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style.
Yeah, Pikachu
the
has
guy
to be one of the
crazy,
Ash's
opting for
fastest
big
Pokemon.
damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in
Yeah,
a shiny hunting
Serena's,
box. Ash's
definitely
league
the main
ID won't let him carry
ship
more than
girl
6
for
at a time.
for Ash.
But if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua
all
Jet,
of his water
which is
Pokemon.
fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua
Technically,
Battering Ram.
Lapras
Grass
was
types like
released in
Bulbasaur and
the Orange
Torterra
Islands
induce status effects
at
and
the end
heal
of
with
the Orange
synthesis.
Islands.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this leaf blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios. Give my man a win,
Yeah, that
poor
was
kids.
that was a
poor kids
pretty
just
big
did the
upset and
localization. They didn't write the show.
They just get me
bit of a-
heated.
bit of
Almost
an
as much as
overflex
Infernus
there.
Flare Blitz. Then I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar.
Ash had a fiery
Nice.
passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs, Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and
Okay, grass types: Bulbasaur, Bayleaf, Sceptile, Torterra, Snivy, Leavanny, and Rowlet. Fire types: Charizard, Quilava, Torkoal, Infernape, Pignite, and Incineroar. Water types: Squirtle, Kingler, Lapras, Totodile, Corphish, Buizel, Oshawott, Palpitoad, and Greninja. Flying types: Butterfree, Pidgeot, Noctowl, Swellow, Staraptor, Gliscor, Unpheasant, Talonflame.
that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
Charizard came around too. He's the last
Okay, fighting types: Primate, Paracross, Scraggy, Hawlucha, Lucario, and Sirfetch'd. Rock, Ground, and Steel types: Donphan, Larvitar. Well, Larvitar's kind of an unofficial Pokemon. Boldor, Crocodile, Lycanroc, Solgaleo, or Nebby, and Melmetal, Ash's only mythical Pokemon. He had his dragon types: Gibble, Gudra, Noivern, Naganadel, Dragonite, and Dracovish. And other types include Muck, 30 Tauros, Mr. Mime, Mimey, Snorlax, Glalie, and Gengar.
one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space. Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all.
Damn.
Sirfetch'd, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions, so are
big-
new flying types like
Boomstick,
Pidgeot. On land,
did
Ash has
his
physical
own
offense like
Pokerock there.
Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical?
Yeah, that was a
Look at
running gag.
Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton. Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree? He chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own hands if he wants, and he does a lot. Maybe his secret is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare
Oh, yeah?
minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light
Yeah, I'm
Screen,
pretty
and
sure that
Psychic.
Mimey is the only
that
psychic
Mr.
and
Mime,
fairy type
the
that Ash
stepdad who
has.
Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life force that interacts with souls and links Ash with Lucario.
This jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution, Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros, and he keeps hugging them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the head backwards and lock in.
Yeah,
Ash's
Cameron
strength
had
is not
no
in battle theory,
business
but his
winning
nurtured
over Ash in
bonds.
the
He knows
Unova
Pokemon feelings
League.
better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
It comes with a huge power increase.
Yeah,
but there's
through,
a catch.
Greninja's,
Ash shares Greninja's
Battle Bond
pain.
ability.
A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all life. They fought the giants, the Reggie kind, not the New York ones, who halted Regigigas, who can tow entire regions.
Ash's team battled Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't
I
get
really
me
do
started
like,
on Alon.
Metagross's,
Ash did
shiny form.
everything right, but no, Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken?
Want to create content that'll stop people skipping? 2 words, babes. Canva Pro. Actually,
Get
Yeah, I want to know how Greninja was able to go down to Blast Burn,
Your
given
type
water
chart's
type's
right,
resistance
poor
to
Boomstick,
fire
4 Kids
attacks.
weren't even around anymore when this aired. Regardless, after his loss at Kalos,
what did he say?
4 Kids weren't even around anymore.
Shuriken. Get your type charts right, poor kids.
Boomstick, 4 Kids weren't even around anymore when this aired.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, after his loss at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar,
Oh yeah, the
Gigantamaxed.
Gigantamax suit.
Gengar. He haunts foes with G-Max Terror, or even swallows them up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a Power Ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt. This rainbow lightning is their
Oh,
ace.
yeah.
You see this coming?
Might we never
You're
get
cooked. Absorb electricity.
redo of-
Cooked.
a
Used
remake
with an
of the
ultra
Alola
beast.
region.
Cooked.
Ash journeyed so much that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary Pokemon whose Sunsteel Strike light.
Okay, his feats. Blasts Team Rocket off almost every episode. Thunder obliterated most of Triangle Rock. Exceeded Conway and Clembot's calculations. Solgaleo can light up the universe. Pikachu helped halt Dialga's Roar of Time. Ash and his Pokemon dodged lightspeed attacks. Won the Orange League, Manalo Conference, and World Coronation Series. And he's defeated Gary, Brandon, Paul, Kukui, Iris, Wallace, Steven, Cynthia, and Leon.
Lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions,
yeah, 'cause,
and Alon, Ash faced the number
I'm
one
pretty sure
trainer.
Ash was able to befriend just about every
after
legendary and
3,000
mythical
years,
Pokemon
we're
out there.
free. 4 kids, let my boy win. Yes.
Sure. Ash did
Yeah,
his
I
best,
really
and
loved
he had
it.
no
Loved
regrets.
how they
Now free
did
to
this
hand over
as
his torch to
Ash's
new
ultimate
bright-eyed
victory.
trainers.
Ash realized that to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked the way it landed. Because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues.
Yeah, damn straight it does.
If you want to travel the world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this. A bunch of Death Battle staff have owned Quince stuff for ages, so we know it's legit.
Sweat with
From say handle
or order. CE.
.com.
Theorists have tried
Death Battle.
Okay, now we're gonna get into
Many a
Yu-Gi-Oh's
theorist have tried to
analysis.
solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
Time travel? The divine hand? Aliens? Nah, they
All
were
good,
gamers.
Egyptians
All good
played
theories,
games
but yeah, the
with
gamer
sorcery.
thing.
These magical ceremonies punish dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Oh no, Wiz, they were banished to the Shadow Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's said the one who solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi Moto reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn that jam up! Yugi was a shy kid that helped run his grand...
Okay. Oh, he's 18. Alright. He's home is Domino City, obviously. Champion of Duelist Kingdom and Battle City. He's got the title of the King of Games. He likes duel monsters, toys, hamburgers, leather, games, puzzles, Solomon, and Yami. And he's friends with Bobobo. Yeah, that's canon, by the way, given that Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bobobo are both shonen manga.
Pop's Game Shop.
But little did he know that completing the puzzle would link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the
and
only
always on demon
series
time
in
while doing so.
pop culture
He's
to
anime Jigsaw.
canonically have
Yami
a
wants to play
season 0.
a shadow game.
Whether it's griddle air hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some
cheating never really
seriously
works
messed
out
up ways.
well for opponents up against Yami. Alright, Dark Yugi, spirit of an ancient pharaoh, that would be a Tem, resides in the Millennium Puzzle. Excuse me. His puzzle abilities are barriers, clairvoyance, illusions, penalty games, probability manipulation, monster summoning, shadow games, sealing, and telepathy.
Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The Millennium Puzzle
was
is far
way
more
more dark than the anime
It brings monsters
ever
to
could
reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away spirits.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half. Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and their left leg Joey, Yugi and Yami were ready for anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and
Joey
traps for
never
setups.
really gets the respect he deserves. I mean,
there they go.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Battles.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever...
Alright. His normal monsters include Alpha, Beta, and Gamma the Magnet Warriors, Beaver Warrior, Curse of Dragon, his famous Dark Magician, the Feral Imp, Gaia the Fierce Knight, Gazelle, the King of Mythical Beasts, the Giant Soldier of Storm, Horn Imp, Queen's Knight, and Jacks, Queens, and King's Knight. Well, technically the King's Knight is a effect monster, the Komori Dragon, Mammoth Graveyard, Summon Skull, and Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. Lengard. Okay, his effect monsters are the Archfiend of Guilford, Big Shield Gardna, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, Catapult Turtle, Karibo, Marshmallow, Mystical Elf, and Silent Magician. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Mystical Elf is a normal monster. You got
strategist. His
Mystical
style works
Elf
best at
and King's
maximizing
Knight,
the use of
up.
so-called terrible cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz, but what's he gonna do about...
Okay, more effect monsters he's got are the Dark Magician Girl, obviously, Dark Magician of Chaos, Electromagnetic Turtle, Exodia the Forbidden One, Gandor the Dragon of Destruction, the Tricky, Time Wizard, Toy Magician, Toy Soldier, Valkyrian the Magna Warrior, and his fusion monsters are Arcana Knight Joker, Dark Paladin, Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, and Gaia the Dragon Champion. And he's got the Egyptian God cards as well. Obelisk the Tormentor, Slifer the Sky Dragon, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and Horakti the creator of light. I hope I pronounced that right.
With 3 blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome.
Simple. Summon the monster card Karibo and have him multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle breeze.
Well, okay. Didn't know Yugi had that dog in him. But I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen. Summon Skull shoots bolts of lightning. And the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local area of time, turning monsters to infants or
I've
wizards
never
and
actually
wise
seen
sages.
Yugi.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi
Unless
deck
it's
without
in the
his right
Capsule
hand,
Monsters
Dark
arc.
Magician, and his
I
apprentice, Dark
have to
Magician
rewatch
Girl.
that
Both
one
are
myself.
masters of dark magic, and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder. Now that's thinking with portals.
There's support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down an
for
entire
3 turns.
fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Yugi also has tons of spell cards. Monster Reborn resurrects
Aria
a fallen
from
friend.
Beyond.
Turn Jump is a time skip. And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator, Pegasus.
Get this, Pegasus can read minds. So in their
Yeah,
duel,
with the
Yugi and
Millennium
Yami
Eye.
kept swapping souls Freaky Friday style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds. Regardless, Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty runback against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out. These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Rock, the God
Kaiba's
Phoenix,
always
and
had a bit of an
Obelisk, who
ego.
strikes with the power of infinity.
This was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end, or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks that went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician and Dark
that's
Magician
right.
Girl's magic into Black Burning magic. promptly
they used
defeating
the
Paul.
This ain't
whole
new for the
rule
magicians.
that
In the movie
if you
Bonds
lose all
Beyond
your
Time,
cards,
they did something
you
similar
lose
against
the duel.
Paradox. It's
Rule
kind of
against
crazy that
Slifer.
together the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods, which are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the bonds of his cards, Yugi can will duel monsters into reality, even drawing anyone he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just
Oh, yeah.
make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon Harakti, the creator of light.
She's the
Okay,
ultimate
Harakti.
duel monster
Yeah, I
who
was
banished
right
Zork and all
before.
of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
Okay, his feats are dodged lightspeed lasers. Harakti's light created the multiverse. Tim blocked a full power blast from Zork, overcame Pegasus's mind reading and other tricks, as Dragon Master Knight caused a blast that was visible from space, destroyed the Millennium Ring as it enveloped all of existence in darkness. Okay. Won Duelist Kingdom, Battle CD, and other tournaments. Defeated Pegasus, Merrick, Darts, Dark Bakura, Kaiba, Aigami, Zork, and Atem.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell was both climactic and bittersweet. Yugi had grown as a duelist and a person. His victory proved that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away or busy slapping the end of existence, he and Yugi would always be bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I was jealous. You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch Atem. Goes to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, anher duel, another game. And you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king
that he actually went to the afterlife in
GFL2 is a game that combines the
in a homemade spaceship to just to battle Atem again.
The complexity of turn-based squad combat with rich character progression.
All right.
The Battle of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at Raycon.
That's right.
And see what I knew.
Where mills they have
on one show handy.
products are con or up left, and we've run the.
All right, showtime.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
It's time to
Okay, that's fair. Oh, sweet. They did. Oh, they did the whole Game Boy Color intro for the original Red and Blue games.
You okay, Pikachu? This Furon 4 is tricky. Hang in there.
You have spirit.
Oh, what is?
Pikachu, this Furon 4 is tricky. Hang in there.
You have
he's
spirit.
battling with
but I have
Lucario,
lightning blade and
Crocodile, and
boost my attack. I set
Sceptile.
one card face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up.
Alright, then Yugi's using Buster Vader, Celtic Guardian, the Giant Soldier of Stone, and the Dark Magician.
Great job. Now.
At least initially.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise, Dimension Snake!
Yeah, Crocodile's trying to avoid it. He went to go and block it for
Oh, I get it.
Ash.
Good thing we brought them all, right, Pikachu?
What do you mean, them all?
Oh, it's Toro Stampede. Oh, and every last one of his Pokemon. Charizard. Of course, Atem's going to use bring out all his monsters as well. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yugi. Mega Evolved Lucario. Took down Buster Blader and Gantora. I think the Millennium Puzzle is going to be pretty OP for this match. Oh, here comes Solgaleo.
No,
fight for the Sky Dragon. Alright, which Gigantamax is this? Ooh, Gengar! Someone's Skull, Buster Blader, and Celtic Guardian. Oh, and he's trapping Gengar in the Millennium Puzzle. Oh, nice save, Naganadel. Nice, Greninja!
No! I'm sorry, partner. Don't worry. It's my turn now.
Alright, Tem's out of the way, so now it's Yugi's turn.
Here are the things that matter. Who you hired to represent.
I just need to believe in the heart of the cards.
Alright, Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, and there's Protagonist.
Back, Pokemon!
Harumpty, Goddess of Light! This is it! Magicians! Flash burning magic! Harumpty! Choser!
Okay. Looks like Solgaleo might take on Harumpty. Swords of Revealing Light? He froze every Pokemon!
Pikachu, let's finish this. Together!
Oh, we just flashed through all of his outfits for the series, for the entire franchise.
You activated my trap card! Magic Cylinder! With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your life points directly!
Oh. Oh,
That was
damn.
an awesome duel, Ash.
Damn.
Oh, my childhood. Whiz, quick! I need your tears. We can save him.
There's a lot to this, so let's break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Tem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale, since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging, unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience. But when it comes to
Yeah, that's
strategy,
true.
he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
Yeah,
But
that's
the same
basic,
goes
that's
for
Ash's
Yugi.
main,
Gotta remember,
main thing
Yugi and
with
Tem's
being
teamwork is
unpredictable
second
in
to
battle.
none. They're masters at exploiting weaknesses, setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties
that's
like Mega
true.
Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support, Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
But I know some of you are asking, what if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shields, steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
It's a close call, but
that's
Yugi
true.
takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ashes can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tiers scale to glow Neos, destroying that relativity field with a universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse, surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, relying only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more psychic barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had. And he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games. Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like
we never
Mirage
really
Ruler
saw
and
any
Monster Reborn
revives
that
or
could
max
instantly
revives
recall
in the,
powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner is Yugi Moto.
Nice.
Death Battle will be back in 2026. But right now, you can check out our brand new channel. It's called Nightly Brew, and we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower, and other games that'll probably blow up in our face. So check it out right now, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.
So yeah, this had to be one of the most intense death battles up to date. Yeah. But I guess with the post-battle analysis, it does make sense that it would tip in Yugi's favor. Still, I'm a little bummed that Ash lost against Yugi, but yeah, as I said, the analysis makes a lot of sense in hindsight. Anyhow, I feel that should do for this video. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. And remember, as always, to show your support for the channel by hitting that like button, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, peace out.